Hello, everybody. Welcome to our January update for Oscars predictions. Now just weeks away from the nominations.
Very exciting.
Want to just jump straight into visual effects as we normally
Sure.
do?
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to go
Okay,
first?
so I've got at 5 Godzilla v Kong, 4 Matrix Resurrections, 3 Shang-Chi, 2 Spider-Man, 1, as always, as it has been since September, June.
All right. We have the same five. 5 Godzilla vs. Kong, 4 Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, 3 Spider-Man No Way Home, 2 Matrix Resurrections, and number 1 Dune. I think the 6 is Eternals. If I had to
Yeah,
say.
probably that was one I did drop off in
Me
favour
too.
of Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yep.
And yeah, just because I think, Spider-Man No Way Home significantly better received. So they are probably more likely to go in. Matrix, you put it at 2, I've had it at 4. I just have it at 4 because the film as a whole wasn't received that great. It got pretty mixed reviews.
Was not good. But
Yeah, so
yeah.
so I put it at 4, but I do still think it gets in just by
Oh,
the IP of
definitely.
the Matrix.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But yeah, I only see them really going with 2 Marvel films in here. I don't see them going with 3. That would feel really strange, especially when they
Mm.
haven't gone too heavy with Marvel in the past. Like they didn't even not or did they nominate Black Panther for visual effects? I believe it
Ooh, I
was
feel
done.
like they must have done.
I'm pretty
Black
sure that
Panther.
was a snub for Black Panther.
Uh,
But
yes, yeah, no
yeah.
nomination there.
So like they don't just nominate Marvel movies for like having visual effects scenes.
Hmm.
So them nominating 3 of them, I struggle to find. But Godzilla vs Kong, as we saw, I believe was off of, what did it miss? The BAFTA,
That's the long list,
BAFTA
yeah.
long list, yeah. So that could be interesting, but I still have it in over Eternals at this point.
Hmm.
And yeah, Dune's just winning.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah,
question about it.
yeah.
I think the only change is Spider-Man and Eternals out. Other than that,
Hmm.
pretty
Yeah,
pretty safely the same.
yeah.
All right, best sound. I'll take this one. Number
Okay.
5, I have The Power of the Dog.
Okay.
Taking a swing. Number 4, Belfast. 3, No Time to Die. 2, West Side Story. 1, Dune.
Okay. So I didn't have Power of a Dog on there. I had 5 Tick Tick Boom, 4 No Time to Die, 3 West Side Story, 2 Belfast, 1 June.
So Tick Tick Boom is my 6. Tick Tick Boom is
Okay.
my 6.
Yeah, Power of a Dog would
Um,
probably be my 6, I guess. So
yeah,
yeah, those two just switch for us. And
yeah, yeah. And I do think it's pretty close. I mean, I just the Power of the Dog's had some momentum recently, and I may or may not see it, winning lots of awards. So I feel like they're just going to try and nominate it a lot, and I
mm,
think this is one of the nominations it will pick up.
yeah, that's very true. It could show up here. I just think the sound in Tick Tick Boom is a lot more prominent, I guess,
Oh
than
yeah,
in the Power of the Dog. So
yeah.
again, it
The
might come down to more sound, better sound.
Well, I mean, and it's interesting because I would say like Tick Tick Boom is more of a sound mixing film,
Mm,
mixing all of the different audio tracks and everything. And Power of the Dog is more of an editing film, just nailing all of that like unsettling noise. Like it's really, really great. But like, now that it's just best sound, it's really tricky to see what gets in because like sound mixing was generally dominated by like if there was a musical, it would show up in sound mixing. And then editing, we'd see more stuff like Power of the Dog. But
mm,
since nobody actually knew the difference,
yeah,
like
they just combine them into one.
yep, which makes it very hard to predict. So it's gonna be close. I would be happy with either of them showing up, honestly. Um,
Mm,
but yeah, all right. So we've differed once.
we have.
All right, on to and then yeah, Dune's just
Yeah,
winning. Sorry, we
yeah.
didn't even
Again, much like
mention
visual effects,
Dune's winning.
June's gonna win. June's
You
gonna
have
win.
Belfast higher than I would have expected.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're sort of just placeholders, really. I mean,
Yeah.
June's number 1. The rest of them are wherever you want to place them, really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure, for sure. Yeah, West Side Story, No Time to Die, and Belfast are just 2 through 4.
Yeah.
All right, makeup and hair. You can take this one.
Okay, so I've got at number 5. We talked about this quite a lot in probably the most recent video, I guess, but
Yes.
depends
Yeah.
if you're uploading it.
Yeah.
But number 5, Coming to America. Number 4, Cruella. Number 3, June. Number 2, Eyes of Tammy Faye. And number 1, House of Gucci.
All right. I have number 5 Dune, number 4 Cruella, number 3 Coming to America, number 2 Isatami Faye, and number 1 House of Gucci.
Okay,
We're
so
lining it
again,
up.
same five. Just you put Coming to America and slightly above, and I just think maybe Coming to America came out a bit too early for it to be
Yeah,
so in the category, but I do still think it is pretty solidly at this point in the category.
I mean, I hate to bring up Black Panther again, but I feel like that got a makeup and hair nomination, and that came out in February. So
Well, yeah, but I mean,
that was
Black
a
Panther
much
did
bigger
also
film.
have other buzz around it, obviously Best Picture buzz.
Right, right. I absolutely. But like, I don't think that matters as much with makeup and hair. I mean, we have Cruella here, and that came out just a month after Coming to
Yeah,
America.
that is true. That is true.
So I don't think that's as big of a deal. And just yeah, the prosthetics, the makeup prosthetics there are just insane. Like
Mm.
they went really, really hard with everything. So yeah, I think the 6 and 7 for me are the Suicide Squad and West Side Story.
Yeah, I would put West Side Story at number 6 just due to the Best Picture buzz.
Yeah, it's more
Nightmare
fair.
Alley, I'd say as well. Was that on the short list or not?
I don't know
I feel that may have been one of them that got snubbed.
because No Time to Die was there. I know that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't remember if that was on the short list or not. But
Yeah, but if it was, I do think that also has a shot.
yeah,
But yeah,
Suicide
could be an
Squad. I mean, the
interesting pick.
first one won, so I think it still has to be considered. All the polka dot man stuff was done. Like that was all actual makeup. That wasn't
Hmm.
CGI. So
Nightmare Alley was on the shortlist, by the way.
it is okay. Okay, it sounded right, but like I know
Yeah,
Nightmare Alley's been getting snubbed, so
yeah,
didn't want to be 100% sure on that. But yeah, no, I'd say that's definitely the 8. But I feel like this top 5 is pretty solid. I feel like
yeah.
we had
Yeah.
4 and didn't know where that 5th slot was going to be, and I feel like Coming to America slid in there to make 5.
It seems to have done. It seems to have done.
All right, production design. I have 3 runners up here.
Okay. So I've got 5 Belfast, 4 Nightmare Alley, 3 The French Dispatch, 2 I have changed my pick for the winner. So 2 I've gone West Side Story, 1 gone back to basics and gone with Gene.
All right, all right. I'm predicting the snub. This might be a wish list pick, but I could see it happening. Number 5, I've placed Tragedy of Macbeth. I
Okay.
I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I'll explain my reasoning in a second. Number 4, I have French Dispatch. 3, Nightmare Alley. 2, West Side Story. Number 1, Dune. My number 6 is Belfast. My 7 is Spencer. My 8 is Cyrano. I think those are the only
Mhm.
other 3 that have a shot to get in.
Yeah.
Okay, so the tragedy of Macbeth. I have it getting in over Belfast because
Mm.
so we brought this up on Oscar Buzz. Like tragedy of Macbeth, yes, it has like very minimalist production design. But so does Belfast. Like
Mm.
it's a very similar amount of production design. Like I would say that Spencer or Cyrano feels like a more like traditional Oscars pick, but those have been losing steam
Yeah.
aside from their lead actor and lead actress categories in pretty much everything. So I don't see those happening. I think the top 4 are very solid: Dune, West Side, Nightmare Alley, and French Dispatch. But Macbeth has the production design of a classic Hollywood film. Like it feels like a classic Hollywood film. Like it feels like it's on a soundstage. It feels very traditionalist, and I could totally, totally see the Oscars going for something that feels very, very traditionalist. I mean, even like if you look at something like The Artist, for
Mm.
instance, like that was nominated for production design,
Hmm.
and that just did, basic traditionalist like production design
Yes.
that looked like it was from the 30s and 40s. And Macbeth is doing a very similar thing. So I don't
I don't know over Belfast, though. That is my only, concern because Belfast, look, there is still a route in which Belfast could win Best Picture. There is
right.
still a route, and I think this could be a nomination that does fall with it.
I think it's all I think it's always been the 5 though. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
always been the 5. And I don't know. I feel like Macbeth was just way too impressive. Um like if they're nominating it for cinematography, then I struggle to see how they would snub it for production design. But if they snub it for cinematography, then there's absolutely
Yeah.
no shot.
No shot. Yeah.
But like if you look at like the rest of the contenders, like Dune and West Side Story will match up. I mean, like Nightmare Alley and French Dispatch were cinematography contenders. Like
Mm.
these categories usually go pretty hand in hand. So be
Yeah.
interesting. But
Maybe.
I'm going Macbeth for now, and then yeah, Belfast, Spencer, and Cyrano on the outside. As far as everything else, like we said, these top four have always been locked. So you switched it back to Dune
I
for production.
did. I did. I just, I feel June may just take home all of the tech categories pretty much. And since I don't have Side Story winning picture anymore, like I did one time, I think it was December updates probably. I don't know if this is one that goes to West Side Story. I feel West Side Story could be one of those films that gets quite a few nominations, not many wins.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that for sure, for sure. And then yeah, Nightmare Alley and French Dispatch. They're just I
Yeah.
don't see a world where they don't get in. All right, costumes. So I went back and forth on this number 5 slot. I've given it to Spencer for now.
Mm.
I was actually putting Cyrano in there over Spencer until Cyrano just decided it had no clue when it was actually going to come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's looking like it's going to be the end of February,
Mm.
which like it's their Academy screeners out. It premiered at festivals in 2021. Like it's still eligible for the Oscars,
Yeah. But
obviously, but who knows when
yeah.
anybody's going to actually be able to see it, which like significantly detracts from any kind of buzz this could pick up.
Mm.
So I have it at 6 for now. Nightmare Alley is my 7, but yeah. So number 5 I have Spencer for now.
Mm-hmm.
4 I have Dune. 3 I have House of Gucci. 2 I have West Side Story, and 1 I have Cruella.
Okay, so we've got the same winner and the same 5, but there's 4 in a different order. So I've got 5 House of Gucci,
Okay.
4 West Side Story, 3 Spencer. Actually, I do think Spencer is at this point pretty solidly in the category. And June number 2 with Cruella, as we said, number 1.
Yeah. I don't know about Spencer. I feel like it's dropping a lot. I feel like
It
it's
is
really
dropping.
dropping.
It is
Like
dropping,
it was
but I
snubbed a
don't
lot at
think
that.
it drops. I don't think it drops entirely. I do think it does still pick up this one and a couple of others that we'll get to.
Like Jackie got costume score and actress, and this is performing significantly worse than Jackie. So I struggle to see how it would get the same nominations as
I don't
Jackie.
know. I don't know. I do think they will want to go with a period drama in there. Whether that is Serrano, maybe. But I
I
do
think
think
I
they
think
will
it's
have
Toronto.
one of the two period dramas in the category. I don't think
Like
you can really have a costume design category without one of them, to be honest.
well, yeah. I mean, and I'm not. It's like I love Spencer. Spencer would be my pick, maybe to win in some of these. It's. I think Spencer is my pick to win costumes, like my personal pick. It has my favorite costume design of the year. But like, I don't know. Cyrano, like if Cyrano actually came out, like if it stuck to its Christmas Day release date, like it was supposed to, I
Yeah.
quite
Or even
honestly,
January 14th.
yeah, yeah. I quite honestly think that Cyrano would be in that number 5 slot for me right now.
Okay.
Aside from that, like, so you have Gucci pretty low.
Yeah.
Um, it's surging, sadly.
Yeah.
Um, it's sadly surging. Like on Gold Derby, it's back up. I think below 100 to 1 odds
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
for picture. Also, I forgot to mention when talking about production design, Macbeth has surged up to the 5 slot on Gold Derby for production design over Belfast.
Okay. Wow.
That was also for reasoning.
It's also in picture on Gold Dummy.
Yeah, it has surged up to number 10 on picture. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. House of Gucci's been surging. I feel like if it were to get any two, it would be costumes and makeup and hair. So I feel good about those. Cruella we each have winning. I
Yeah.
just
I mean, yeah.
it's
It's Cruella.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, I could see West Side Story happening. I could see them giving it the win here. It would be a weird win considering all the great crafts in the movie, but like I don't think that this category is like insanely strong. I think
No,
that
if you have
Cruella
a film
is
like Cruella winning, you
yeah.
do have to question it a little.
Yeah. I mean, it's like sure it's Cruella, but it's also Cruella.
Cruella.
Like, I feel like if something surges, like I'm very interested to see like what wins the costume designers guild.
Mm.
Because like Cruella will probably win period, but I'm like whichever wins like contemporary would be interesting. Or if Cruella gets upset in period by something like, Spencer,
Mm.
West Side Story. I mean, even House of Gucci might count it in period. Like it'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but for now, I feel like we have a pretty good five.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
All right, editing. I believe you're going first on this one.
Okay, so I've got 5 Don't Look Up, 4 West Side Story, 3 Power of the Dog, 2 Belfast, and 1, again, as much as I don't like it winning this category, June.
Yep. So we've actually agreed on this category, one of the most ambiguous categories of the ceremony.
Okay.
So I have number 5, Don't Look Up, 4, Belfast, 3, Power of the Dog, 2, West Side Story, and 1, Dune. And yeah, two of the choices here I don't like. Don't Look Up and Dune. I did not like the editing in either of those films.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Don't Look Up's kind of slid into this 5 slot, especially after King Richard missing the BAFTA
Yeah,
long list.
yeah.
I feel
And
like
I
it's
mean,
dropped.
Licorice Pizza as well had
Yeah,
slipped slightly, so I don't see it getting in this category either.
like
So, in which case, you are left with these 5. Tick Tick Boom is a possibility still.
my 6, 7, and 8 are Tick Tick Boom, Licorice Pizza, and King Richard in that order.
Okay, there you go.
Because so like if Tick Tick Boom gets into sound, then I think it has a shot in editing. Uh, but I currently don't have it in sound.
Hmm.
If that breaks in though, I think it has a shot. Because other than that, like it's just like what three? It would be 3 or 4 of the other sound nominees. Like just like
Mm.
cinematography and production design, sound and editing typically go pretty hand in hand. But yeah, I don't know. Like Vice and Big Short got editing. I
Yeah.
don't like up. This feels like it will get
It's a,
editing.
it's a similar sort of editing,
Yeah,
which the Oscars clearly like.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And then yeah, Dune will just probably win. I would love to see West Side Story or Power of the Dog win here, but I think they're just behind. And then yeah, Belfast. I mean,
It's Belfast.
it's Belfast. So I feel I like this 5 a lot. We've been talking a lot about how ambiguous these last couple spots are, but I feel like this is a 5 that I feel comfortable predicting. I feel like it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'd agree. As you said, there are some things that could maybe slip in.
Yeah,
But all these 5 do seem pretty strong at the moment, and it's got all of my top 3 for Best Picture: Belfast, Power of the Dog, West Side Story. Not in that
yeah,
order. I won't spoil the order, but they're all in here as well.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, cinematography. My honorable mention is Nightmare Alley, and then I have number 5, Belfast, 4, Tragedy of Macbeth, 3, West Side Story, 2, Power of the Dog, 1, Dune. I feel like that's just the 5.
That is
I,
the exact 5 I have in that exact order.
yeah, it's this has been the 5 for what, a couple
I
months now.
thought I did seriously consider maybe putting Power of the Dog as an upset over June,
Yeah,
but then I decided it's June. They're probably not going to do that.
yeah. No, I think it has surpassed West Side Story into the second slot.
Mm,
Like it's crushing at critic circles, but I don't know. We have to see what wins because like Golden Globes didn't give us anything for cinematography, so we have to see what wins at Critics' Choice and BAFTA,
mm,
and then what wins ASC because ASC was a very strong predictor last year. ASC told us Mank over Nomadland, and everybody was like, no, and it happened. So, I mean,
mm.
maybe we could see Power of the Dog upset, just like Mank upset Nomadland last year, which I'm still mad about. But, oh, there's a cat
There,
jumping out a window.
there
I
it
don't know if
is.
you heard that. Just flung himself out a window because he saw a leaf.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
just cat. Um, but yeah, no, this is just the 5. Like I said,
Yeah,
Nightmare Alley's the 6. If it was maybe a bit stronger, I could see it
yeah. If it was a
surpassing.
stronger film, maybe, but as is, I don't think there's any chance of it breaking in.
Yeah, this is one of the most solid 5s I think we have. All
Mm.
right, best original song. Um,
Okay, so I've got Down to Joy, Dos Origatas. I'm going with that pronunciation. Just Look Up, Be Alive, and No Time to Die.
all right, I've predicted an upset in the nominees. I have number 5, Somehow You Do from 4 Good Days. Number 4,
Okay.
Dos Orguitas, Encanto. Number 3, Be Alive, King Richard. Number 2, Just Look Up, Don't Look Up, and number 1, No Time to Die. I also think that Just Look Up is stronger than Be Alive currently.
Um, maybe I do think there is a possibility that it's stronger. Either way, I don't think either the No Time to Die.
No, No Time to Die is the definitive strongest right now. Like, it won HMMA, it won the Golden Globes. It's probably going to win the Composers and Lyricists Society, especially with Be Alive getting snubbed there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know. Okay, so why I've picked For Good Days is because it is written by Diane Warren Thomas. Would you like to know how many times Diane Warren has been nominated for an Oscar?
Okay.
Just a second, I'm still counting. I'm scrolling down. 6,
Okay.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 nominations with no wins,
Okay. Wow.
including one in each of the past 4 ceremonies. She had Stand Up for Something from Marshall, All Fight from RBG, I'm Standing With You from Breakthrough, and Scene from The Life Ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Since
Okay.
1988, she has picked up 12 nominations with 0 wins. They love her. They love her.
Yeah.
I think that it's stronger than Down to Joy. Also, the writer of Down to Joy, Van Morrison, there was some controversy with him recently, so like
Oh, okay.
that could also hurt him. I still have it at number 6, but I don't know. I didn't even realize that the song was in the film. The song is also not on Spotify, so like
Yeah.
nobody knows how to listen to it. It's I don't know. I feel like somehow you do will upset here.
I mean, that is a very compelling argument. I might have to just steal that prediction.
It's yeah. I mean, I just like Diane Warren. Like I said, like out of since 2016, she's only missed 1 ceremony to be nominated.
Mhm.
That was 2017. So, like, I they love her. They I don't know. It's a bit of an out there pick. It's only at like 10 on Gold Derby, but I feel like it could happen. I feel like it could happen. My number 6 is Down to Joy, and then my number 7 is Guns Go Bang from The Harder They Fall.
Yeah, I mean, the one from Respect as well. There's a
I hope.
possibility.
Yeah.
Beyond the Shore from Code, I do think has dropped off completely. It was at one point
Yeah.
close to being in the category, but now I don't think. I think it's probably 8 or 9.
Yeah. I mean, if Jennifer Hudson gets nominated, maybe the song goes along with her.
Maybe, although I don't see that happening.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. But then other than that, like I mean, I just think those Sorgitas, Be Alive, Just Look Up, and No Time to Die are all strong. Though I think if Disney submitted, We Don't Talk About Bruno, like that might win. I don't know. Like that song is like the song that's like getting the Agatha All Along treatment by like YouTube. It's like
Yeah,
everybody loves that song. So I don't know. Yeah.
yeah.
But I think that top 4 solid, and then I'm taking a swing with my 5.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I just have Belfast in because, as we said quite a few times during the show, it's Belfast.
It is Belfast. All right, score. I'm predicting another snub. Number
Okay,
5.
I think I know what you're doing. Yeah.
Number 5, Encanto. Number 4,
Oh,
The
okay.
French Dispatch. Number 3, Don't Look Up. 2, Power of the Dog, and 1, Dune. I think Spencer
Okay.
misses, sadly.
Yeah, I thought you'd take out Spencer. I thought you were going to put in Parallel Mothers, but
No,
okay.
I think Spencer's the 6, and then Parallel Mothers is the 7 right now.
Yeah, so I've just got the basic 5 always had. Always had since Don't Look Up was a contender. That is 5 Don't Look Up, 4 French Dispatch, 3 Spencer. I am actually going to change around Spencer and French Dispatch. So 4 Spencer, 3 the French Dispatch, 2 Power of a Dog, and 1 June.
Yeah, no, Dune is winning 100%. I mean, Power of the Dog is a close number 2, I think, but there's no way they don't recognize Hans Zimmer for Dune. He has Golden Globe.
No.
He has HMMA. I don't know. Encanto got the Golden Globe, got HMMA, and it got Composers and Lyricists Society. It hasn't missed so far for a nomination.
Yeah, I
Spencer, I
just
believe,
feel that if you're going to go for an animated score, the animated score needs to be like strong. Like Soul last year was going to win the category because that was a strong score from an animated film. I think if it's just like if it's a contending animated film, I just see it being snubbed.
I but it's been nominated everywhere. I
That is
just
true.
like I'm not happy about making this pick. I love Spencer's score, but I like I was saying it's performing worse than Jackie at ceremonies, and I do not see it picking up all three nominations Jackie got. Like I don't think Kristen Stewart's winning anymore. Spoiler. I don't think that like I think costumes it will be tight for it to get in, and I think score it's now just on the outside. Like BAFTA snubbed
Mhm.
the crap out of this.
They did. They did.
Like I
Yeah. But I mean, I do see the reasoning behind BAFTA's disdain towards it.
yeah
I guess the SAG, snub that did hit hard.
yeah. So I think all of that combined, her not winning the Golden Globe, like I don't know. I feel like this movie's hurting. I don't see it getting into score anymore, and I don't feel like they have to feel too guilty about it because they're still putting in Power of the Dog.
Yeah,
So
maybe that
they
I
they
could see one that happening. I just think the Spencer score is a very very strong score
oh
and
100%.
is
I want
easily,
it.
in my opinion, one of the best of the year, and still is proving to be one of the best of the year.
I want it to get in. I want it to get in so badly. I just for the Oscars, Encanto makes so much more sense than Spencer, considering
Maybe.
the
I mean,
perspectives.
I do think that Spencer will either walk away with one nomination or three. I don't see it getting in. So I've got it in both costume and score. I do think that if it misses one of them, it probably will miss both.
Yeah,
So that's where we differ. You've got it missing both. I've got it in both.
yeah, yeah. So it'll be close, but I think for most of these we have a pretty solid four, and then maybe that fifth slot is a bit ambiguous, but for the
Mm,
most part, a solid five. All right, on to documentary. This one will be interesting. I have.
okay.
Do you want to go? Yeah, you're going
No,
first.
you can go first. You can go first.
Okay. I have number five, Ascension.
Mm-hmm.
Number four, The First Wave.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, The Rescue. Two, Flee, and one, Summer of Soul. I've backtracked on the Velvet Underground.
Okay.
I've backtracked on it. I've since seen it, and it is not an Oscars documentary. It's very very weird.
Okay. I
If
mean,
I'm
yeah, I
honest.
took it out as well. I've got, but I have the first wave higher than you. So I've got five Ascension, four the Rescue, three the first wave, two Flee, one Summer of Soul.
Okay. So we each have Summer of Soul winning here.
We do.
Um, and then yeah, the first wave looks strong. I mean, it's also
Exactly.
very relevant.
Exactly. That's my thinking. It's a relevant documentary. And I just think the Rescue is not that strong anymore. It was at one
Yeah,
point. I do think it is still very solidly in the category, although
yeah,
it does feel like the one that they might snub. The historic snubs in this category. This feels like it's maybe the next in line.
yeah. No, that I could totally see this being the snub. I don't see Summer of Soul or Flea getting snubbed. This feels like the big snub.
Yeah,
In which case, like I could see something like Procession, Velvet Underground, or even like Billie Eilish getting in.
maybe or Procession as well. That's another one. That
Oh yeah. I mentioned yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, no, I think Procession, Velvet Underground, and Billie Eilish are the 6, 7, and 8. Um, just because Billie Eilish was one of the few to show up at both Oscars and BAFTA, shortlist and long list.
mm.
Um, but yeah, no, I think we agree though. First wave's pretty strong right
First
now.
wave is pretty strong.
Maybe you could say it has a wave of support.
Yes, you could, although you probably wouldn't.
Probably wouldn't, but you could say that. I was just saying
You could say
hypothetically
that.
that it's something
You
that you
could.
could verbalize in the English
Yes.
language.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
all right, international feature.
Okay, so international feature, I got five, The Hand of God, four, It's Been Slipping, The Worst Person in the World, three, Flee, two, A Hero, and one, Drive My Car.
All right, number five, Hand of God. Four, Flee. Three, A Hero. Two, The Worst Person in the World. One, Drive My Car. I don't think The Worst Person in the World has been slipping as much as you think it is. I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
still very strong.
I'm seeing a lot of places where it's just not appearing.
Here's the thing,
And on Gold Derby, it's fourth currently.
I think if Drive My Car doesn't win, though, it's going to be Worst Person. Like, I feel like it's
Um,
next in line to win. I don't see anything else winning.
but I don't see Drive My Car not winning. To be honest, I don't see one where that doesn't happen.
I'm just saying if it doesn't happen, then what would win next? I don't see a hero winning.
I mean, maybe then Flea, I guess. Maybe Flea. I mean, I'd say, well, I don't see Worst Person in the World winning this category anymore. Put it that way.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I think that worst person in the world has the potential. Like if Drive My Car doesn't win here, I think worst person in the world could win, and it could also get into screenplay.
I think if Worst Person in the World was an adapted screenplay, I think there would be a chance. As it is an original screenplay, I don't think there is much shot of it getting in.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, no, I think on the outside you have like compartment number 6 and I'm Your Man, probably.
Mm, yeah,
Um, but this is a very, very solid 5 after the disgraceful Titan snub at the short list.
yeah. It would have made it a lot more interesting category if Titan was still around.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All right, animated. I go first.
Yeah.
Number
I mean, they're
5.
going to be the same anyway, so.
Yeah, 5 Raya, 4 Luca, 3 Flea, 2 Mitchells, 1 Kanto.
Yeah, so we got the exact same 5 in the exact same order. It is still a slight, toss up between Encanto Mitchell's, but I do think Encanto, it's got the song. As you said, it may even have the score to go with it. It just feels like the stronger, one overall.
Yeah, I mean Mitchell's been doing well at critic circles, but
But
I
it missed Golden Globes, so
Golden Globe. Yeah, so it'll be close. It'll be close. I think Bell and Sing 2 are the 6 and 7.
yeah, I'd say that. I'd probably even put Sing 2 above Bell even.
Yeah. All right, now on to adapted screenplay. Thomas, you're up.
Okay, so I think I've had this one for the past 2 months, and that is 5 Drive My Car, 4 West Side Story, 3 Coda, 2 The Lost Daughter, and 1, of course, Power of the Dog.
We match 100%. 5 Drive My Car, 4 West Side Story, 3 Coda, 2 Lost Daughter, 1 Power of the Dog. I think the 6 and 7 are passing in Dune.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe if they do want to go slightly out there, maybe the Tragedy in Macbeth can find a way, but
Maybe.
if it gets into picture, if it like really overperforms, there's a possibility, but I do think this 5 at the moment is pretty solid.
Yeah, yeah. Like you're saying, if it overperforms and gets in the picture, maybe. But yeah, no, like Drive My Car, I don't know, I just see it happening. I really do see it
Yeah.
happening. If it's winning international, it probably gets in here.
Yeah,
Like,
that's my thoughts exactly.
I mean, West Side Story and Power of the Dog are top Oscars contenders, Lost Daughter and Coda. Like, this category isn't that strong. I don't see Passing or Dune getting in over anything else here. And I
No,
think they're the
no,
next in line. So I I think this is just the 5. I think this is the 5 that we've had for a while now, and I think it just makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. It could well be. It could well be the 5.
All right, original screenplay. Okay, I
Okay,
have number 5, Come On, Come On.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I have reasoning. Number 4 being the Ricardos. Number 3,
Mhm.
Don't Look Up. Number 2, Belfast. And number 1, Licorice Pizza.
Okay, so I've got 5 King Richard still in there. 4 being the Ricardos, 3 Don't Look Up, 2 then Licorice Pizza, and my winner is Belfast in this category.
Okay, so would you like to give your reasoning first?
Okay,
Or
I mean, I don't think putting King Richard in needs as much reasoning as maybe putting in Come On, Come On.
okay, yeah,
It's an Oscar baity film. If they're looking for a 5th spot, they're probably going to go to a film like King Richard. I think the more interesting conversation is Belfast v Licorice Pizza, but we'll get to that.
yeah. Okay, so Come On, Come On. So I look at 20th Century Women. That was nominated. That was Mike Mills' last film. That was at number 8 on Gold Derby.
Okay.
And that snuck into a nomination.
Mm,
Over leapfrogging 3 films that looked way more likely. Come On is currently at number 7
yeah.
on Gold Derby.
Yeah.
I believe behind, what's it behind right now?
Parallel Mothers.
No, it's above Pearl and Mothers now.
Is
It,
it? Oh, I
it,
guess
it's
I don't know.
7 just behind Mass is at 6. And then it has Ricardo's at 5.
Okay. I mean, I don't know which one I'm on, but they're slightly different on my
Okay,
menu.
I'm on the combined odds, not the expert odds.
Oh, I'm on the
Yeah,
expert odds. Okay,
yeah,
that would be the difference.
yeah. But like, so the combined odds had come on at number 8, or sorry, they had apologies, 20th Century Women at number
Hmm.
8. Come on's at number 7. I could see it slipping in. There's a lot of love for this movie, and that got in without any other nominations. It just got original screenplay, and that venue was close for actress, and I think Joaquin Phoenix was close for actor. So I mean, he got Christopher Plummer, I think it was, an Oscar for Beginners. Like, uh, I know Mike Mills films do well at the Oscars. In his last film, even being outside on Golden Derby for a nomination for screenplay, got in. So I see it happening. I feel like King Richard is the one to drop. I know it's, I think, 3 on Golden
It
Derby,
is free. Yeah,
but I know, I feel like Ricardo's Don't Look Up, Belfast, and Licorice Pizza are all way
yeah.
stronger.
I do agree with you. I think if any are to drop, it would be King Richard. I think all the rest of it. I don't think Donut Cup drops. I don't think
Mhm.
Belfast or Liquid Peace drops. And I mean, being Ricardo said that, and Sorkin behind it, so that's unlikely to drop. So I do think King Richard is the one to go, but I just don't see any of them going. I just don't see any of them going.
Yeah, I don't know. And again, this may or may not be a wish list pick, but come on, Colin. I mean, it's my favorite film of the year, and I don't know. I just see it happening. Looking at the past, looking at what Mike Mills has done in the past, upsetting at the Oscars. I feel like he could upset again here. Licorice Pizza versus Belfast. So I think this is the first winner we've split on.
Yes, yes, yeah.
So after the Golden Globes, I've equated this: Power of the
Hmm.
Dog is Nomadland, Belfast is Trial of the Chicago 7, and Licorice Pizza is Promising Young Woman.
Okay,
I
okay.
think Belfast walks away Oscarless.
I I do. I just think that they'll go. They're going to want to give Belfast something, and I feel like they're going to split picture and screenplay. Like spoilers, obviously, for what I'm giving picture. I think it's fairly obvious what we're both
Yeah,
giving picture. But I just feel that they're going to split it, and I just don't think Licorice Pizza is as strong as it once was. I think if Licorice Pizza, if we were looking maybe a couple months ago when Licorice Pizza was really at the height of its sort of run, I might have been predicting it, but it's dropped. I do think it has dropped. Whereas Belfast, I think it's dropped, and it has dropped quite a bit. I don't think it's dropped too far.
I think PTA has way stronger of a narrative than Kenneth Branagh to win a screenplay Oscar, because Kenneth Branagh has already done it.
He has already done it, but equally, if we haven't given it to PTA this far, Licorice Pizza, will that be the one he wins for? I don't know.
It's gonna happen before where they just give it to somebody like that. I don't know. I see it happening. I see. I mean, it's number 1 on Gold Derby as well.
It
I
is
don't
number one.
know. So I love how, like, for some of our arguments we'll just say, but Gold Derby.
Yeah,
Um,
even though Goldberry usually not always correct.
yeah. I mean, they're usually somewhere between 70 and 80%.
Yeah,
So they're still good, just not like, great.
yeah.
But yeah, I know. I that's kind of the parallels I've made to last year, and following that, I have Licorice Pizza taking home original screenplay. And yeah, come on in there, because why not? I think Mask, King Richard, those are the 6 and 7. Probably King Richard 6, Mask 7 for me.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be an interesting category, especially with that fifth spot. I do actually think it is now slightly more interesting than the adapted category,
Yeah,
which is interesting. We kept going back and forth as to which one would be
yeah,
more exciting, but I do think this one has more differing things that they could go, different directions they could take.
100%, 100%. All right, supporting actor. I'm very curious to see what we've each gotten here. Uh,
Okay, yeah,
I believe you're going first.
yeah. So this was one I changed right before we started recording.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, and I'll actually do. I'll come back to number five. So number four, I've got Jared Leto. Number three, I've got Kieran Hines. Number two, Troy Kotzer. Number one, Cody. I think that's fairly solid. And then
Yeah.
this number five spot, I've given to Bradley Cooper Licorice Pizza. I've gone
Oh,
back, way back to September. I've put him
yeah.
in.
All right. So I'll do the same thing. So my number 4 is Karen Hines. My number
Okay.
3 is Jared Leto. Sadly. No, my number 2 is Troy Kotzer. My number 1 is Cody. Those are all, like you said, self-explanatory. I've gone with J.K. Simmons for my number 5 and being there, Ricardo.
Okay. They were the three: Ben Affleck, J.K. Simmons, Bradley Cooper.
So Bradley
They
Cooper's
were,
my 6, Ben Affleck's my 7, and Jamie Dornan's my 8.
yeah, I do think now Jamie Dornan is unlucky that he's now in the same category as Kieran Hines. It's unlucky that, but we're probably not going to see both Belfast boys getting together. So I do think Jamie Dornan is the one to drop.
Yep.
And I just think Bradley Cooper's performance in Licorice Pizza was so beloved. Yes, there is criticism that he's not in it, but everything he does in the film is great and some of the best things I've seen all year. So,
Yeah. I mean,
J.K. Simmons is in a film that, wasn't universally beloved.
you could also draw Sam Rockwell comparisons for Bradley Cooper. Sam Rockwell got in for basically a glorified cameo in Vice. Bradley Cooper as a glorified cameo. I could totally see them going for it. I have it at number 6. I just think that Being the Ricardos has sadly gotten very, very strong over the past couple weeks.
Being the Ricardos and House of Gucci. They're the two that did it have to be them.
Why did they have to get so strong?
I mean, I haven't seen Mass, but I would have liked it to have been Mass even so.
Yeah. Why couldn't it have been Come On in Mass?
Or Spencer as well.
Yeah. But it had to have been, 2 of, I think, the worst Oscars contenders of the year. House of Gucci and Being the Ricardos. But whatever. I think J.K. Simmons is actually pretty good. So I wouldn't mind seeing him get in. Ben Affleck, I don't know. I think the BAFTA long list hurt him. I could totally see him just being Jared Leto in The Little Things as far as
and I can see it. It does feel in a way like the Golden Globes pick. The Golden Globes go for Ben Affleck. It does feel like that, and so I have put in Bradley Cooper. I do think the other 4 are pretty safe as much as Jared Leto shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
he is there now. It is pretty clear that he is there now.
He hasn't missed, so yeah. All right. And yeah, we don't even have to talk about.
We don't need to talk about Cody winning. Yeah,
Cody's winning. It's gonna be a sweep probably, unless Coacher's the only one that can challenge him now.
Yeah, but even so, I think he needed to win Golden Globe because that felt like the place where a person like Trokus would win. He could win SAG. He could win SAG, but I don't see that happening. In a way, I do think if Cody can win at Golden Globes, he can win anywhere.
Yep. Yeah. No, I think Cody will probably sweep. I do agree. All right, supporting actress. I have number 5, Ingenue Ellis, King Richard. 4, Ruth Negga, Passing. 3, Katrina Belfast. 2, Kirsten Dunst, Power of the Dog. And 1, Ariana DeBose, West Side Story. Ruth Negga might even be the 3 over Belf, but I think these are.
I've got her 3. So I've got the exact order you just said. Yep. So Ellis, Belf, Negga, Dunst, and DeBose.
Yep. Yeah, I think Ann Dowd and Rita Moreno are the 6 and 7, and then probably Kate Blanchett, Nightmare Alley is the 8.
I mean, that BAFTA long list as well would have hurt her.
Yeah,
I do. I don't think there's much short anyone other than the 5 we mentioned, and maybe Ann Dowd get in. Yeah. I don't think Rita Moreno gets in. I really don't.
Yeah. No, I think I'd agree. I think Ann Dowd is the only other one.
If they want to go something a bit out there, you put in someone like Ann Dowd.
Yeah, but I feel like Ruth Negga is already kind of that out there pick for Passing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, this is just the 5. I mean, supporting actors way more interesting. Supporting actors just has a 5.
Yeah.
And Ariana DeBose is winning. She's just winning.
She's just winning.
Who else is going to beat her? Who? Katrina Belf.
Power of a Dog really, really, really overperformed. Maybe they give Kristen Dunst, although I think there is another acting category in which it is more likely for Power of a Dog to be overperforming in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see anyone winning other than DeBose.
Well, maybe speaking of the category that you might have been talking about, Best Actor. I think you're going first.
Okay, so I've got Dinklage, Washington, Garfield, and then I haven't gone with him for the winner. Cumberbatch number 2 and Will Smith number 1. I mean, this is the 5 I think I had way back in September. It's gone through a couple of changes. DiCaprio was in for a bit, then out. I even had Nicolas Cage in at one point. But yeah, it feels like a solid 5. I could see Dinklage dropping though, especially with, as we mentioned earlier, with costumes, or I think it's got production time maybe, Serrano. it could hurt it, but I do think Dinklage is strong enough to surpass the movie he's in.
We have different order and some different picks here.
Okay.
I've left Dinklage out. My number 5 is Javier Bardem.
Okay.
He has Golden Globe. He has SAG. Dinklage is working off of Golden Globe and Critics' Choice. I think I mentioned this on Oscar Buzz. No actor who's gotten Golden Globe, no Best Actor contender who's gotten Golden Globe and Critics' Choice and missed SAG in the past 10 years has been nominated for an Oscar. I don't see Dinklage breaking that trend. Like I said, Bardem, like being Ricardo has gotten very, very strong. I think he could pick up 3 acting nominations. I mean, spoilers, yeah, and like Nicole Kidman's in. So yeah, I have my number 5, Javier Bardem. Number 4, Denzel Washington, Tragedy Macbeth. Number 3, Will Smith, King Richard. Number
Wow.
2, Andrew Garfield, Tick Tick Boom. And number 1, Benedict Cumberbatch, Power of the Dog. I feel like we've just kind of assigned Will Smith as the front runner and then like haven't considered any kind of challenges.
I think the Golden Globe though did cement him as the reason he got assigned it.
He was always going to win Golden Globe.
I just think there'll be enough backing behind Will Smith. I really do.
In no world was Benedict Cumberbatch ever going to beat Will Smith at the Golden Globes.
No, I mean Cody Smith McPhee won Golden Globes. That to me proves that
but
that Power of the Dog was strong enough. I don't see Benedict Cumberbatch. I just see Will Smith really just walking away with this one. I think I actually do. Andrew Garfield is probably even slightly ahead of Benedict Cumberbatch.
So like yeah, I have Garfield at number 2. I mean, I think that like I don't see Will Smith winning SAG. I don't see Will Smith winning BAFTA.
I don't see him winning BAFTA. I could definitely see him winning SAG. If he loses SAG, I think then we can talk.
He might win SAG, but like I think Cumberbatch definitely wins Critics' Choice. I would be shocked if he didn't win Critics' Choice, and I feel like BAFTA would. I don't see BAFTA going for Will Smith over.
I don't. Yeah, I don't see BAFTA going for Will Smith. Although I could even see BAFTA going for someone like Andrew Garfield though.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Like it weakens Will Smith, and like also whatever BAFTA, like we've talked about this, whatever BAFTA goes for, the Oscars typically go for. And if the BAFTA will not go for Will Smith, why would the Oscars? Why would the like? I don't know. I feel like Cumberbatch or Garfield are the one to do. And like I wouldn't even say that Cumberbatch is the strong number 1 because I feel like Garfield could be right there. But I feel like they are the 1 and 2, and then Will Smith is the 3. I just happening for Will Smith.
I just see it happening. Also, fun fact, Benedict Cumberbatch has 3 performances in the top 20 on Gold Derby. 3 performances. So, The Courier, Electrical Life, and
Electrical Life.
Power of the Dog. All 3 are in the top 20.
Have you seen The Courier?
I have not, no.
It's actually pretty decent.
Okay.
It isn't bad. But yeah, all right, interesting.
We'll but yeah, they're all above any of Adam Driver's, by the way. Any of his 3. They're all above them.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, this is what sucks about having to predict the Oscar nominations before we get to know what happens at least Critics' Choice. Because like Critics' Choice would have been big because if Will Smith did not win at Critics' Choice and it went to Cumberbatch or Garfield, then that could be interesting. But yeah, and like even SAG, that's going to be February 27th, so we won't even know what happens at SAG until after the Oscar nominations. So it's rough.
I can see him walking away with SAG. I can see him getting Critics' Choice as well. I think Critics' Choice is probably less likely, but yeah, I can still see him winning. BAFTA is the only one I'll grant BAFTA. He's probably not going to win there.
Critics have not gone for Will Smith. But even if you're going to say Will Smith, that's just him following the Chadwick Boseman trajectory. Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, SAG, misses BAFTA, and then the BAFTA winner takes the Oscar. Like, if it does win Critics' Choice, like it could just be the BAFTA, or it could just be the Chadwick Boseman versus Anthony Hopkins race. And
there might be something to be said about though. That wouldn't look great on the Oscars. Snubbing 2 black men in 2 years in a row, who were the clear front runners going up to the Oscars. But no, the Oscars decided they didn't want to go for that. I could see a narrative being, drawn by that. Maybe the Oscars don't want to go for that because, they want to keep their place. They don't want to do a Golden Globes.
Yeah. Well, then the option's just Denzel Washington, which I would be completely here for.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, that's gonna be an interesting race. All right, best actress.
Mhm.
Let's see. I believe this is me. Or is it
Yeah.
you? Yeah, me. All right. Number 5, Kristen Stewart Spencer. I think she's dropped all the way to number 5. Number 4, Lady Gaga, House of Gucci. Number 3, Jessica Chastain, Eyes of Tammy Faye. Number 2, Nicole Kidman, Being the Ricardos. And number 1, Olivia Colman is going to win another Oscar for The
Okay.
Lost Daughter.
Yeah. The reason I didn't say much about you going for whatever BAFTA goes for, the Oscars goes for logic, was because I used the exact same logic for this category.
Yep.
So yeah, I've actually gone 5 Lady Gaga, 4 Kristen Stewart. That's
Okay.
the only difference we have there. 3 Jessica Chastain, 2 Nicole Kidman, and 1 Olivia Colman, which will be weird because
Yeah.
2017 Frances McDormand won, 2018 Colman won, 2020 Frances McDormand won,
Yep.
2021 Olivia
Yeah.
Colman won. So
Yeah. Yeah.
they're going in a
That
circle.
that is a bit strange. And then we had randomly Renee Zellweger in the middle of that.
Yeah. Who
But
knows? Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
maybe that is Renee Zellweger even in anything next
I
year?
don't, I don't know.
But yeah, no, I think Stewart's definitely dropped. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I just like the past 5 years, BAFTA and
Mm,
Oscars have completely matched up for the leading categories.
yeah.
I don't see any reason why it changes here, which is why I'm going Cumberbatch and Coleman. It just I don't know. It makes too much sense. They haven't been the front runners, but it makes a lot of sense. And no,
Mm,
Renee Zellweger is not in anything next year.
okay. Okay.
But yeah, like I think Kidman is still number 2. I could even see Chastain winning now because she was the number 2 for a while until Kidman won Golden Globe.
Mm,
But like, I don't know. This is what's frustrating about not having SAG and Critics' Choice because I think Kristen's like as far as what I'm predicting now for each of them, I think I'm predicting Kristen Stewart to win Critics' Choice, and then I think I'm predicting Chastain to win SAG, and then Coleman to win BAFTA.
I don't think Kidman wins anywhere else other than Golden Globe. I did
Okay.
predict it for Golden
Yeah.
Globe correctly, of course,
Well,
pro
well,
Golden
well
Globe
done.
predictor.
Uh,
But yeah, I don't see her winning anywhere else, so I don't have her winning. And yeah, I can just envision Olivia Colman. It would be a nice moment as well because Olivia
yeah,
Colman is superb in The Lost Daughter.
she is. She is. Even though I didn't think the movie was that good, I thought Olivia Colman was great. Like I would prefer to see Chastain or Stewart win, but I think she was definitely better than Kidman and Gaga, at least to me.
Mm,
And yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing her win. But no, I totally see all 4 of the precursors going a different direction.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, which would be very interesting.
yeah, yeah, it would. I mean, but we saw that. I believe that's what happened at the Oscars like last year.
Last year, yeah,
Because
yeah,
we had Andre Day win Globe, and then did Carrie Mulligan win Critics' Choice? Then it was Viola Davis SAG,
yeah,
and then Frances McDormand won BAFTA.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Uh,
and then I feel like the Lady Gaga of this year is going to, or the Vanessa Kirby of this year is going to be Lady Gaga.
yeah, yeah. And
So
I don't think there's a world. Kristen Stewart could still win. Look, Kristen Stewart could still win. Sure, the SAG hurt, but she's
she's
still a very strong performance.
no okay. If she doesn't win Critics' Choice, she's in trouble.
Yeah,
She is in
If she doesn't win
trouble.
Critics' Choice, we may even be after worried about her nomination at all.
Right, right. Because I think Haim is the number 6. And then I think
Yeah,
Zegler is the 7, and then probably
yeah,
Jennifer Hudson's the 8.
mm,
That's at
yeah.
least
I would
how I
agree
would
with
do
that.
my list. And I think they're the only other 3 that could break in. But yeah, Olivia Colman could win her 2nd Oscar. I mean,
She
she's
could.
just
She
kind of
could.
turning into Meryl Streep. Those
She
are the 2
is. She
nominations
is.
I have for
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
her. All right, director.
Okay. I think this is one is fairly solid
Yeah,
unless you've gone with any surprises. Okay. So 5 PTA, 4 Branagh, 3 Villeneuve, 2 Spielberg, 1 Campion.
we are exactly the same.
Cool.
Yep,
Cool.
PTA, Branagh, Villeneuve, Spielberg, Campion. This is the same 5 it's always been. Campion is just winning
Winning. Yeah.
and everybody else is just in. I don't like Hamaguchi's the 6. Maybe there's a surprise. And then I think probably Guillermo del Toro and Maggie Gyllenhaal are like, they have no shot, but why not? they're the 7 and 8. I think if you had to pick a 7 and 8, but no, like Hamaguchi could break in if Drive My Car is really that strong. But I don't know. I think
Yeah.
I think that this 5 is just there. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
happening, and
Yeah.
campaign just winning.
And I do think PTA would be the one to slip if any to, but
Yes,
I
yeah,
don't
he is
think
the
I
5.
don't think he will.
Yeah, I mean PTA definitely would be the one to slip, but like I just it would be hard to see that happening. Like Drive
Yeah.
My Car just has to be really really
Yeah.
strong.
Drive My Car's not Parasite, put it that way.
Right, right. Yes, I agree. I agree. Okay. Best Picture.
Hmm. So this is another one, that 10th spot. I've gone back and forth on several times,
Yep.
mainly between two films. So I'll say my honourable mention, The Lost Daughter.
Okay.
But then I'll go number 10, Drive My Car. Number 9, Tick Tick Boom. Number 8, Don't Look Up. Number 7, Coda. 6, June. 5, Licorice Pizza. 4, King Richard. 3, West Side Story. 2, Belfast. And 1, Power of a Dog.
Okay. Okay. So I'll okay. I'll say my honorable mentions because I have 16 places ranked here.
Okay.
Because I think that there's quite a bit of films that could break into that 10 slot. But I have number 10 being The Ricardos
Okay.
because I have it nominated for screenplay, supporting actor, actor, and actress. So I know you didn't put it in for supporting actor or
No.
actor, but
Yeah.
if it
So
gets
I've only got
into
it screenplay,
if it
actress.
if it gets into screenplay and then 3 acting categories, I
Yeah.
don't
Then I
see how
think
it
it is.
doesn't.
Yeah.
So you have 10 being the Ricardos, 9 Coda, 8 Tick Tick Boom, 7 Don't Look Up. I have it rising just because everybody's talking about it and everybody's watching it. 6 King Richard, 5 Licorice Pizza, 4 Dune, 3 West Side Story, 2 Belfast, and number 1 Power of the Dog. It's just Power of the Dog is winning Best Picture, and I'm happy about it. I'm glad we're getting that instead of Belfast. I know you were
I
hoping.
mean, I need to watch Belfast coming out Saturday. I'm actually very excited for it. I'm fairly sure I'm probably going to prefer it to Power of a Dog.
Okay.
I'm fairly sure that might happen, but we'll see. We'll see. I can't make judgment on it yet. But yeah, I would be happy to see Power of a Dog win. I would be happy to see it win.
Like that, I mean, it feels like a Best Picture winner. It's definitely worthy of Best Picture. And to me,
Yeah.
Belfast didn't feel like a Best Picture winner, at least to
Hmm.
me. Like it felt. Okay. I should rephrase that. It felt like something that the Oscars would go for Best Picture, but it didn't feel like a film that like deserved Best Picture, similar to Green Book. Again,
Well,
at least to me. Um, but yeah. Uh, so you've gone with Drive My Car. So my 11 through 16. So I have 11 Drive My Car, 12 House of Gucci, which that could be a thing that happens. 13 The Lost Daughter, 14 Macbeth, 15 Spider-Man, 16 Nightmare Alley. I think that those are the next 6 in line.
okay. Yeah. So Gold Derby has Tragedy Macbeth listed at 8 actually in terms of expert odds, which
Yeah,
is quite high.
it is
Um,
quite high. Yeah,
just don't know if it's something the Oscars will go for. And Nightmare Alley as well. I just think that's completely lost
yeah,
steam. So
yeah.
then, and Spider Man, it had steam for about a week. It would bring in views, but I don't think really it
Okay,
would come to
I
anything.
mean, they're also talking about having like Tom Holland host the Oscars, which like if they're doing that, then yeah, it's not going to be nominated because you have your Spider-Man representation. So like
Yeah,
it's
yeah. So
eh,
in which case, it did come down really between Lost Daughter and Drive My Car for me. Being Ricardo and House Creature, I could see.
yeah,
I just think they maybe needed to be just a little more positively looked at.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't know. I could see being the Ricardo slipping in. The Oscars love Sorkin. They love him, and if they nominate all 3 performances, like I think they will, plus the screenplay.
Yeah, if that does happen, yes. I don't see House of Gucci getting in, although it would have supporting actor and
Actress,
Lady Gaga and a couple of below the line ones.
makeup and hair, costumes.
Yeah, it's got potential.
That's feasible. That would be 4 other nominations. I have Ricardo's with 4 other nominations. Lost Daughter would only have 2 other nominations:
Hmm.
actress and adapted screenplay, but a win potentially. And
Yeah,
then Drive My Car also 2 with 1 win,
yeah,
international, and then adapted. So yeah, it'll be close, but
It will be.
I don't know. I'm going with Ricardo's at this point. I'm not happy about it, but that's where I'm at. And then yeah, everything else like that top 9 should be a lock. I don't I don't see anything else dropping out.
No, no. I mean, if there's real severe backlash against Don't Look Up, which there hasn't seemed to be,
No,
um,
the
you
general
know, I
public
could
likes
see.
it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And other than that, I don't see anything dropping out. I mean, maybe a film like Tick Tick Boom just gets snubbed, sort of
Or
forgotten
Coda.
about,
Or
or
Coda.
Cody. Yeah, one of those two. I could see them maybe just being forgotten about more than anything, really.
Yeah,
Um,
especially Coda, because the campaign
yeah,
has been terrible for that.
the top six are all very, very solid though.
Very in
Licorice Pizza June, King Richard, Belfast, West Side Story, Power of a Dog.
Yep. Yeah. So I think this 10th plot is interesting. I'm very, very curious to see what we see happen on Oscars morning. I wish we could get PGA nominations. That will be big because they've had a 93% success rate at predicting
Oh,
the Oscars.
oh. Okay,
So
okay.
they usually only miss one. Like out
Mm.
of the past 5 years, I think they've just missed The Father, Darkest Hour, and Phantom Thread, I think. And Darkest Hour
Mhm.
and Phantom Thread were both big upsets to get in over some, I think, I, Tonya and Florida Project. They replaced. Um, so, and then The Father was
Yeah.
a bit out there. That kind of snuck in right at the end. So they're very, very good at predicting the Oscars.
Mm.
So
Okay, yeah, so it'll be
we'll
definitely very interesting to see then. Um, Drive My Car has just been doing very well in terms of critics'
it
groups.
really has. It really,
It's,
really has.
really risen in director. I don't think it gets in, but still the talk will lead into talk about it getting picture. And the winning international feature and probably the adapted screenplay. It just feels like a strong film.
It really does. It really
Plus,
does.
it just looks good to have a foreign film in there.
It does. It does definitely. Yeah. No, I would definitely prefer, even not having seen it yet. I would prefer Drive My Car getting in over being the Ricardos. But
Okay.
I just, if it gets the 3 acting nominations, I have a hard time thinking it's not in. So those though are our Oscars predictions. I hope everybody enjoyed. We might do, because it'd be February 8th, maybe in a couple weeks after PGA nominations, and we get a couple more of the Guild nominations. We might do an updated predictions, maybe the week of, maybe even live stream. That could be fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
a live, like maybe the day before the Oscars nominations. Give our final predictions.
Yeah.
Um, but like, if not, these are our final predictions. I don't feel good about them, but
No.
we'll we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But Thomas, where can the people on the internet find you?
You can find me at Payments Pictures and Payments Pics at TikTok, Payments Pictures at YouTube, where I make videos about films and Doctor Who. And you can also follow me at Letterboxd at Thomas Gladstone.
Nice, nice. You can follow me Letterboxd at Trevor Matson. I'm also on The Basement, where just I talk about movies and stuff, and we do games, and lots of weird stuff happens. Um, so thank you everybody so much for listening, and yeah, we're gonna have Oscar buzz next weekend. I don't know when the next awards are, but we'll definitely be reacting to the Oscars nominations and any other nominations or ceremonies to happen. We will be reacting to, and we will probably scream, at least me.
Indeed.
All right.
Indeed.
Thank you everybody for listening.